The essence of Buddha's teachings encapsulates a profound understanding of the human condition and a path toward awakening and compassion. At the heart of his wisdom lies the emphasis on a triple truth that holds the power to renew humanity: a generous heart, kind speech, and a life dedicated to service and compassion. The first facet, a generous heart, speaks volumes about the transformative power of generosity. Generosity goes beyond material offerings. It encompasses a spirit of giving, an attitude of selflessness, and an openness of heart. When we cultivate a generous heart, we unlock the capacity to transcend our self-centered tendencies. By sharing our resources, time, and care with others, we foster a connection that transcends individual boundaries. Generosity isn't just about giving material possessions, but extends to giving of oneself, the generosity of spirit, kindness, and empathy. It's about offering support, comfort, and understanding to those in need, irrespective of their backgrounds or circumstances. Kind speech, the second aspect, echoes the significance of words in shaping our reality and relationships. Words possess immense power. They can heal, uplift, inspire, or conversely, hurt, wound, and divide. Buddha's emphasis on kind speech is a gentle reminder of the responsibility we hold in using our words. Speaking kindly doesn't merely imply polite or pleasant words. It involves words steeped in empathy, understanding, and wisdom. It's about communicating in a way that fosters harmony, builds bridges, and nurtures connections. Kind speech doesn't ignore difficult conversations or truths, but approaches them with compassion and mindfulness, acknowledging the impact of our words on others. Lastly, a life dedicated to service and compassion serves as a guiding light in the pursuit of a meaningful existence. Service isn't just a selfless act, it's a way of life, a commitment to alleviating the suffering of others. Compassion, the cornerstone of this dedication, is the ability to empathize deeply with others' pain and suffering. It involves an unconditional willingness to help, support, and uplift those who are struggling. Service and compassion arise from the understanding that our individual well-being is intricately linked with the well-being of others and the world at large. Living a life grounded in service and compassion means extending ourselves to alleviate suffering wherever it exists, whether it's through acts of kindness, volunteerism, or contributing to the betterment of society. Buddha's teaching on this triple truth isn't a set of rigid rules, but a guiding principle for transformation and renewal. It's an invitation to cultivate these qualities within ourselves, recognizing that their practice leads not only to personal growth but also to the betterment of society as a whole. The teachings on a generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion resonate across cultures and times because they address fundamental aspects of our humanity. They transcend religious and philosophical boundaries, speaking directly to the core of what it means to be human, to connect, to empathize, and to support one another. Cultivating a generous heart, for instance, allows us to experience the joy of giving without expecting anything in return. It enables us to break free from the confines of selfishness and expand our sense of belonging to encompass the wider human family. When we give freely, whether it's our time, resources, or support, we create ripples of kindness that reverberate beyond ourselves, touching the lives of others and inspiring them to do the same. Kind speech, on the other hand, transforms the way we communicate and relate to each other. It's about recognizing the power of words to either uplift or cause harm. Practicing kind speech involves not only watching the words we speak, but also the intention behind them. It prompts us to communicate with mindfulness, empathy, and understanding, fostering environments of trust, respect, and harmony. Moreover, embracing a life of service and compassion propels us to embody the values of empathy and altruism. It's about living in alignment with the interconnected nature of existence, recognizing that our actions have the power to alleviate suffering and bring about positive change. When we engage in acts of service and compassion, whether through volunteering, advocating for social justice, or simply offering a helping hand, we contribute to a world where empathy and solidarity thrive. Buddha's teachings on these three truths are interconnected and mutually reinforcing. A generous heart fuels kind speech. Kind speech nurtures a life of service and compassion, and a life of service and compassion, in turn, deepens our capacity for generosity and kind speech. They form a harmonious cycle that, when practiced diligently, leads to personal transformation and the renewal of humanity. The wisdom encapsulated in these teachings isn't confined to any specific religious or cultural context. It speaks to the universal human experience. Regardless of individual beliefs or backgrounds, the principles of generosity, kind speech, and service resonate because they touch the core of our shared humanity, the innate desire to connect, to alleviate suffering, and to live meaningful lives. In conclusion, Buddha's triple truth, embodying a generous heart, practicing kind speech, and leading a life of service and compassion, holds the key to renewing humanity. It's a timeless invitation to cultivate qualities that transcend individual boundaries and foster connections, understanding, and empathy. By embodying these truths in our daily lives, we not only transform ourselves, but also contribute to a world where compassion, kindness, and altruism abound, leading to the renewal and upliftment of humanity as a whole.